Kathy, you ready? I'll give you, you good? It's 6:30 on my clock.
Yeah.
Let's call the city council meeting for Monday, March 10th to order. Start with a roll call, please.
Atkins.
Here.
Evans.
Here.
Mitchell.
Here.
Mizell.
Here.
Mutchler.
Here.
Wall.
Here.
Jordan.
Here.
Garner.
Here.
Mayor Carr.
Here. So we have a quorum tonight. We will start off with our invocation given by Reverend Don Anderson, followed by our Pledge of Allegiance. And please stand, table.
Let's bow our heads. Heavenly Father, as we come to you today, we are so thankful for this beautiful day that you've given to our community. Lord, thank you for the bountiful blessings that you just bestowed upon us. And tonight, Lord, I just ask that you just be with our leaders as they stand before us, or that you would just help them to take care of the business at hand. And Father, it would be business that would be decided, that would glorify you and to be a betterment for our community. Lord, we also pray that you just be with our police department, firefighters, EMS. Lord, thank you for them and for the hard work that they do. And Lord, I pray that you just watch over and protect them and their families, keep them safe, and Lord, bless them. Bless this city workers tonight, Lord, as they continue to labor and to help keep our community the way that it should be. And Lord, I just pray that you bless them as well. Bless this meeting, and we pray that all things would be to your glory in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Don, before you get out of here, congratulations on your sale. Yeah, he sold his business to another conglomerate, and I don't know if you got his check yet, but nonetheless, congratulations.
Excited to see what they do.
Nobody signed in on public comments, so we will move on to discussions and presentations. Oh, I'm sorry. Was there not a pen over there? Okay. Yeah, go ahead and come up and, I'm sorry about that. Come up and state your name and address for us, and I will certainly give the floor over to you. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Tina Gilbert, 2209 Audrey Lane. I have been here and addressed the situation several times with some neighbors I have next door. I have some pictures here. I don't know if somebody wants to come and give them to my wardman and the mayor and the police officer, but it's a huge nuisance. It's a huge mess. I had to move my mom in with me due to some illness with my stepfather. She is going to be 70 years old at the end of this month, and I don't think she should have to walk around and pick up all of the trash and stuff that blows all out of their yard and into our yard in order for us to mow and keep our yard clean. I have addressed this with my park managers. I get nowhere. And there are also open burning in the back. I was out of town one evening, my mom called me and she said they have a huge fire going, I think our shed's on fire. I said, call the fire department. So the fire department comes over, they make them put it out. I mean, it's happened 4 or 5 times. How many times do we have to do this before we give them a ticket or we cite them for open burning? You can see in these pictures that they've had so much open burning, they've melted the siding on the back of their trailer. I have called the police department several times about loud music, parties and stuff going on. I don't care about during the day or a Friday, Saturday night, but when it happens and my stepdad's issues with medical are dementia and Parkinson's, and when my mom has to take him to the hospital to calm him down from anxiety because of what's going on next door, because they're playing their music and beating it so loud at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, it's not right. There's been times when I've called the police officer, they'll pull up out front and they'll walk around and look, and I'll say, hey, I'm the one that called in, it's them right next door. Well, I don't hear no music, but you can't, I I don't understand why they can't hear it, or why nothing's done about it.
Where do you live?
I live at 2209 Audrey Lane. It's the old Ivy Acres. Steve Cordry owned it. Bruce Huff owned it. Both great. And now we've got these park managers out of Springfield that they don't care. They just worry about the money coming in their pocket. And it's a owner somewhere in Idaho or somewhere off. And I've tried to call them. I've tried to email them. I can get no response.
Okay. You want, you can bring those pictures forward and we'll certainly look into it, see what we can do, Tina. Thank you very much. All right, thank you, Tina. Anybody else that didn't get a chance to sign in? I apologize about that, didn't have a pen over there. Yes?
I did not have a chance to sign in, sir.
Okay, if you don't mind coming up and state your name on the, For the record?
Michael Sachs, Monroe Drive, Phillipsburg, Missouri. I have two issues to take up with the council and you, Mayor Carr. One is the proposed tax on online sales. Is it not that the sales tax is actually being charged but not dispersed by outside influences such as the state or county? And would it be considered double dipping on taxes for the people in Laclede County that most are hardworking taxpayers? A lot are on fixed incomes, single parent families, and the downtrodden. How will that affect them? And does this vote only encompass Lebanon, or does it encompass the full county? Like you did with the Parks Department tax, which I am paying for the parks in this town that I do not even utilize through all the sales that I purchase here in the town of Lebanon. That is not fair, it's not right. And I believe that you folks have to rein in your financial ineptitude and irresponsibility to make this town flourish and grow. Those fancy goalposts you got there on Commercial Street, that was a waste of money. People traveling from 44 up to the lake, they don't see those glorified goalposts. That doesn't help our downtown from outside tourism. That money would have been better spent for the homeless or for the people in the town that really need that money to feed and clothe their families, to make sure that they have heat and running water. So I believe this tax should be totally eliminated, your proposed tax. You can put it for a ballot. I doubt it's gonna even pass. I certainly am gonna vote no on it. It's about time you folks realize you have to rein in the ineptitude and financial irresponsibility that has been going on in this town since I've been in this state for the last 15 years. And that, I tell you something, it looks awful pretty out there, but it does nothing for us. Second on the agenda is my disheartenment, and I'm using the word disheartenment instead of other words, about our police department for what happened recently on Facebook between them and SOAP. That was totally disgusting. There was no reason for people to be called vigilantes that want to try and protect our citizens, especially the children. It's one thing that the county justices over here, which I am not going to say what I believe in them, are not doing their jobs and the corruption in that particular arena. But for our police department to call somebody that's trying to do something positive vigilantes, that speaks very low of our police department. And I support them. once or twice by our officers. They are very professional. I don't give them no guff, and I have no problems. If I get a citation, I get a citation, and I probably earned it. So far, I haven't. But this particular situation that happened the other day, when the people came en masse to make sure that justice was served, this should have been done by our police department. And I hold the police chief totally responsible and the upper crust of the police department to be investigated in this matter, that this never, ever happens again. And maybe you should make better choices of hiring your police chiefs. The last one, he was a doozy. The last good police chief I can remember was Randy Halstead. He ran a good department. His officers had a good rapport with a lot of the citizens. There were a lot of patrol cars out there. I come to this town at night, and I have my coffee at Waffle House, and I can tell you how many times I have seen police cars go past except on calls. Zero. Zero. There's no patrols around here except on Jefferson, looking for speeders and trying to pull people over to get their little brownie points. So shape it up, because you're making Lebanon look like a town that just doesn't care. And the people are starting to get angry. I expected more people here tonight to show up and state their case on this. But you know what? I speak for all the good people in this town. Because I like the people in this town. I love this town. But it's about time that you folks in your chairs start doing your jobs. That's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you, Michael. And what was your, I got address is Phillipsburg? I didn't catch, what was the,
Monroe Drive.
okay, thank you. All right, anybody else for public comments? All right, and I apologize about the pen, we'll make sure there's a pen next time, so apologize about that. All right, we'll move on to discussions and presentations then, and have a couple of life-saving award. I want to start with Lebanon Fire Department and Chief Snyder.
All right. The staff gets to laugh at me. I finally got to put these on in public. Thought I made the print big enough, I wouldn't have to do that. Good evening, Mayor and Council, and I'd like to thank everybody that's in attendance tonight for this. With me also tonight is Captain Jason Durden with the Lebanon Fire Department, and throwing stuff on the floor. Also with us is Bob Patterson, the Director of Mercy Emergency Medical Services, and Bruce Noggle is back there as well. He's a Regional Director for the Clee, Dallas, and Camden counties with Mercy EMS as well. I want to start out on December 10th, 2024, at approximately 15:47 hours, Lieutenant Robert Wilson and firefighter Nick Wafflehorse responded to a medical emergency at the Clee County Courthouse. Upon their arrival, they made contact with a male patient who was experiencing a medical emergency. Both gentlemen began providing immediate medical care. However, shortly after their arrival, the patient's condition became significantly worse, and forcing them to begin life-saving measures. Lebanon Fire Department personnel were shortly joined by Mercy EMS personnel, including paramedic Caleb Winfrey and EMT Rachel Bryant, who immediately stepped in and, along with Lieutenant Wilson and firefighter Wafflehorse, continued with life-saving measures. Additional personnel from the Lebanon Fire Department and Lieutenant Jim Gallagher and Nick Helvey arrived on scene and assisted with preparing the patient for transport. With me this evening, Mayor and Council, is Mr. Edward Kenny, if you'd like to stand up, who, without the quick and decisive actions of Lieutenant Wilson, firefighter Wafflehorse, paramedic Winfrey, EMT Bryant, Lieutenant Gallagher, and firefighter Helvey, may very well not be here with us tonight. they in fact saved his life that day. Since 2014, the City of Lebanon Fire Department has presented 15 life-saving awards, and tonight I'm honored to present 2 more. Lieutenant Robert Wilson, you'll come forward. And firefighter Nick Walpelhorst. Don't go anywhere. I'd also like to present to Lieutenant Jim Gallagher a unit citation, and as well firefighter Nick Helvey for their assistance on this bill. I'd also like to ask firefighter, we wish they were firefighters, paramedic Winfrey, and EMT Bryant to come forward from Mercy EMS as well. I'll let Mr. Noggle explain the award that his personnel received.
Yeah, we presented Caleb and Rachel a award from Zoll, which is our monitor. They give a Zoldier award to each of them, and got a nice plaque for them at the station. We got a nice point, so our undying gratitude for their outstanding service that they perform for us every day, actually. So we definitely appreciate them and appreciate the partnership with the fire department. It's definitely a team effort, and couldn't do it without them. So thank you very much, guys. And ladies.
Mayor and Council, with your permission, Mr. Keeney says he has a few words he'd like to share.
Absolutely.
I'm not really used to public speaking, but guys, if it wasn't for the effort of each and every one of you, there's not a doubt in my mind, I would not be here. And thank you just never seems to be enough. But from the bottom of my heart, from the grace of God, thank you so much for everything that you have done for me and for what you do for our community every day. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. And from what I've been told, I was not. So, thank you very much. I can never say that enough. Thank you very much.
Look at Steve. Thank you. And now it's time to go to work.
Duty calls.
Thank you all for your incredible service to the community and to Mr. Kinney. I'm sure you'll forever be grateful and certainly moving, so thank you. Next, the Lebanon Police Department and Chief Harrison to present the 2024 Employee of the Year Award.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Tonight, I'm proud to stand before you and introduce Officer Josh Moore, if you come forward. Officer Josh Moore has demonstrated excellence in service throughout 2024. Citizen commendation show he strengthens our community relationship with compassion and integrity. He shows dependability and teamwork by covering open shifts. His exceptional arrest and traffic enforcement contributions show his commitment to public safety. His commitment to safety, justice, and the team embody our highest standards, and he was a unanimous selection from the command staff for Officer of the Year this year. So, I'm very grateful to serve with the team that I serve with. And like Mr. Sachs, I have found these folks to be amongst some of the finest professionals I've ever served with. So, Josh, appreciate your representing our organization.
I guess that doesn't come with a speech, though, does it? He avoided that podium real quick, so. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, moving on down the agenda here, I will now entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Jordan moved, Garner seconded. Roll call, please.
Atkins.
Yes.
Evans.
Yes.
Mitchell. Yes. Mizell.
Yes.
Muchler.
Yes.
Wall.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
And Gardner.
Yes.
Okay, consent agenda is approved. I'll now entertain a motion to enter into public hearing regarding the final plat of the master subdivision and the final plat of the Trugden subdivision.
I'll make a motion that we go into public hearing.
Second.
Mitchell moved and Mizell seconded. Roll call, please.
Evans.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Mizell.
Yes.
Muchler.
Yes.
Wall.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
Atkins.
Yes.
Okay, we're now in public hearing. And Christina?
The first final plat we have tonight is for master subdivision. That's at the 200 block of Phillips Drive. On the other side of it's Ivy Lane. What we're doing here is we're taking one lot to two lots. Where we have the mobile home on the south part, and on the north part, the mobile homes on the south part are C1 zone district, and the north part is a higher density, is RS2. The owner wants to split that in two different lots for selling the northern lot later on.
Okay. Any comments from the public on that? So we are in a public hearing. Okay, seeing nobody come forward, we'll move on to the Trugden subdivision. Yes.
The second one is a final plat of two lots to one lot at 171 Lee Street. And the purpose for that is that later on there will be a duplex built there. And so joining those two lots will accommodate the correct square footage we need for the lot and the frontage. And that's what we need. It's a conditional use in that area, it's RS2, but we've already passed that. But it's just like making two lots to one lot to get that.
Will they build that duplex behind that structure?
No, that structure will be removed.
That, it will be removed, okay. I was just gonna then ask about a driveway, so. Okay.
Will there be parking there, Christina, or will it be on the street?
Well, if it's lot with the right square footage, there will be a lot surface parking.
Okay.
The blue outline, is that gonna be the final?
No, there's that's a little bit, in order to get that map, that's kind of skewed. So that little piece that's north of that blue line.
45
that
feet?
lot, that blue lot will be joined with that.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, okay. I wasn't seeing two lots.
All right. Excuse me. As we're in a public session or public hearing, any public comments regarding that? Let's see, nobody come forward. I'll now entertain a motion to come out of public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Jordan moved, Garner seconded. Roll call, please.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Mizell.
Yes.
Muchler.
Yes.
Wall.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
Atkins.
Yes.
Evans.
Yes.
Okay, we're now at a public hearing. Excuse me. And on to first and second readings tonight in Council Bill 6825. Any further questions on that, regarding that, council?
Nope.
First reading then, please.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri, approving the final plat of master subdivision to the City of Lebanon, Lickley County, Missouri.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mitchell and Mizell. Roll call, please.
Mizell.
Yes.
Muchler.
Yes.
Wall.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
Atkins.
Yes.
Evans.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Second reading, please.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri, approving the final plat of master subdivision to the City of Lebanon, Lickley County, Missouri.
Move on the second. Second.
Wall and Mutchler on the second. Roll call, please.
Muchler.
Yes.
Wall.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
Atkins.
Yes.
Evans.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Mizell.
Yes.
Okay, Council Bill 6825 becomes ordinance 7068. And Council Bill 6826. Any questions on that, council? All right, hearing none, first reading, please.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri, approving the final plat of Trudgeon subdivision to the City of Lebanon, Lickley County, Missouri.
Motion approved.
Second.
Jordan and Evans, roll call, please.
Wall.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
Atkins.
Yes.
Evans.
Yes.
Muchler.
Yes.
Mizell.
Yes.
Muchler.
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Mitchell, I'm sorry.
Mitchell.
Yes.
There's a lot of M's.
Could have been Wall.
Second reading, please.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri, approving the final plat of Trudgeon subdivision to the City of Lebanon, Lickley County, Missouri.
Move on the second.
Second.
Mizell and Evans on the second. Roll call, please.
Jordan.
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
Atkins.
Yes.
Evans. Mitchell.
Yes.
Mizell.
Yes.
Muchler.
Yes.
And Wall.
Yes.
Wonderful.
All right, Council Bill 6826 becomes ordinance 7069. Thank you, Christina. Appreciate it. Council Bill 6827. Richard?
Mayor Council, this is a task order from what was Olson. This will be amendment to the original task order for the Granite Street extension, where we found some discrepancies when we were surveying on the right-of-way, and then we also want to clean up, if you want to look at the Exhibit B on this, we want to go ahead and define some right-of-way paralleling I-44. The service road that connects to Low Boats actually is on federal highway right-of-way. Is if there was ever to be a conflict there, we surely want a right-of-way for them to be able to access their property. So we're cleaning all that up. Yeah, flip over. Yeah, there you go. There it is. You can see where that service road actually goes out onto the MoDOT right-of-way or federal highway. It's been like that for decades and decades, but we need to clean it up while we're in there.
Any questions regarding that, council? Okay, first reading, please.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri, approving Amendment 2 of Task Order Number 38 with Olson Incorporated for the Granite Lane Extension Project.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mitchell and Atkins, roll call, please.
Garner.
Yes.
Atkins.
Yes.
Evans.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Mizell.
Yes.
Muchler.
Yes.
Wall.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
Second reading, please.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri, approving Amendment 2 to Task Order Number 38 with Olson Incorporated for the Granite Lane Extension Project.
Move on the second.
Second.
Evans and Atkins on the second. Roll call, please.
Atkins.
Yes.
Evans.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Mizell.
Yes.
Muchler.
Yes.
Wall.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
Okay, Council Bill 6827 becomes ordinance 7070. Thank you, Richard. And Council Bill 6828, John?
Yes, this is to replace our Gator, a 2014 Gator that will be surplused as well. We had set up a replacement schedule a number of years ago, and in that time, we were using the Gators in quite different fashion than we are nowadays. So instead of having to replace it after 7 years, we've managed to push this one out past 10 years. So I think we'll be able to do that in the future of all of them. So it's saving money and not replacing vehicles as often. It did go a little bit over budget because instead of replacing it 3 or 4 years ago, when I set the budget for that number, we're replacing it now, and everybody knows how much stuff's gone up in the last 3 or 4 years. And we will, like I said, surplus that, and in John Deere green, it will probably bring a nice price when we purple wave it.
Any other questions?
Hearing none, first reading, please.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri, declaring a surplus a 2014 John Deere Gator and authorizing the purchase of one 2025 John Deere utility vehicle for the Parks Department from Heritage Tractor.
Most approve.
Second.
Jordan and Mizell. Roll call, please.
Evans,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Mizell,
Yes.
Muchler.
Yes.
Wall.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
Garner.
Yes.
Atkins.
Yes.
Second reading, please.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri, declaring a surplus a 2014 John Deere Gator and authorizing the purchase of one 2025 John Deere utility vehicle for the Parks Department from Heritage Tractor.
Move on second.
Wall and
Second.
Evans. On the second, roll call, please.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Mizell,
Yes.
Muchler,
Yes.
Wall,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Evans.
Yes.
Oh, Atkins,
Yes.
sorry.
All right, Council Bill 6828 becomes ordinance 7071. Thank you, John.
Gentlemen, appreciate it.
All right, that's all for ordinances tonight. Any comments from staff in the audience? All right, Chief?
Sure, council has noticed that we had an interesting investigation over the weekend. That investigation was taken seriously from the start. And when we get complete, when that investigation is complete, we'll go back and look at our performance in that investigation and ensure that we did everything to the best of our abilities there, and if we don't, then we will seek areas for improvement as we discover them.
We have complete confidence in you. The online jury votes with the sway of a keyboard here or there, a keyboard stroke. I followed it with interest and knew that you were doing a great job. I think it's kind of interesting that people want to rush to judgment until their family member is involved. And then they want to make sure everything is done correctly. So thank you for making sure everything's done correctly. And if there is a problem, let us know.
Sure, and I appreciate that you have a in-depth understanding of the legal process, and it's a complicated thing.
It is.
And we are not in a position where, we can't make mistakes in the legal process. We have to get that right. And it is not a fast process that you see on TV.
Right.
Well, I think you guys did a great job. You handled it with class, you handled it professionally, and you can't help what else is out there, but you have my total respect.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Council Mayor.
Thank you, Chief. Chief Snyder?
I have nothing there.
Richard? John? Kathy? Counselor?
Mr. Sachs had inquired as to whether our use tax proposal would apply to him as a resident of Laclede County, specifically in Phillipsburg. Of course, the answer to that is no, unless he was having his mail sent here, at which time this would be considered the origin point of the transaction. So if he's ordering a package or anybody else in Phillipsburg to their house, they would not be impacted by our proposition. Of course, the county has their own proposition on the ballot, but it's a separate matter, and obviously the two are decided differently. The only other thing I had, Mayor, it's pretty minor, but our city clerk was talking to me about some of the capabilities of the new civic clerk portal that the city purchased, and that's been working well. And we discovered that it has the feature that we could pay for, but it's a pretty minimal cost, of allowing you to vote electronically. So rather than going around and doing the roll call like we do now, where we start with a different person every time, when it comes time to vote, we could simply put something on your iPad screen. You would hit yes or no. The results would be displayed up on the television screen and recorded. If there's interest from the council, she and I were talking about looking into that. If you're not interested, no big deal.
Talk to me in dollars.
Gosh, around
Approximately, yeah.
$2,000 a year, I think was the number.
Okay.
Okay, it'd be nice.
Thank you.
I'd be all for that.
I think it would actually make minute taking a lot easier. I'm pretty sure it sort of records those votes rather than having to go around and figure out who made what motion. But, you know, again, if there's not a lot of interest, that's fine too.
If it does expedite the process and make it easier, then yes. I guess I initially had said no, I mean, but I didn't understand the process behind it.
Sure. All right. Well, we'll pursue that a little bit and look at maybe having the vendor do a webinar for us and going down that road then.
Have us looking just like Congress up there.
You're not the only board that's interested in that. There's a lot of boards out there that are now interested in the electronic voting. It's just so much easier than going around the room constantly.
That would mean I need to bring my laptop each time.
Or something, maybe a little.
No working in your PJs, that doesn't work. Awesome. Mr. Atkins?
I don't know if many of you have seen the mayor's State of the City address. He gave that initially at Rotary Club last Thursday, and it was excellent and very well received to a very, very full house. So, Mayor, congratulations on that, and I appreciated your comments.
Thank you. Evans?
No, sir.
Mitchell?
I would just say, I wouldn't know about this incident, except as I was looking at something, I saw the word Lebanon Police Department, and that just made me read it then, because I wanted to know. I do appreciate your response that went out on social media, and I sometimes wonder if people don't realize, if all it took was a phone call for you to go arrest somebody, how busy would the police department be? Because, you know, so anyway, not everyone echoes Mr. Sack's viewpoints, but he is entitled to his opinion. So we do have confidence in you, Chief, so thank you. And to that note, we have talked about in the past, and I would just like to reiterate, if someone is not a citizen of Lebanon, I don't really think we need to entertain them speaking before us, because they don't have a vested interest in matters that we're dealing with. That's my 2 cents.
Okay. Myself?
You know, it was a fairly dismal meeting because of the terrible comments that were made, and then we're without a chance to even address. He just left. But I just want to give a new or a renewed vote for the direction this city is going. I do find the things that we are doing to be impactful and important. So do not, with one voice, be discouraged in any way.
Okay. Mutchler?
I do have a question. We do have a noise ordinance, certainly, don't we?
Yes.
So what, is there a decibel limit or decibel level?
I don't have it memorized, so I'm probably taking a gamble here, but I don't believe it's that precise. But yes, we do have an enforceable noise ordinance, so.
I believe it's if it's just a nuisance to the neighbor, if you're loud enough. I think it's pretty general like that. I don't think there's actually a decimal level.
It is a little bit general, and I can't recall it offhand. I looked at it at a time when I needed to look at it and have a discussion and resolve a problem, and I don't recall what it is offhand, but I know that it's there.
And the other thing, as far as burning in the city, that's just not, open burning's not allowed in our city, correct? Without.
Yes and no, sir. You can burn from your own property. You can burn tree limbs, grass, leaves, bushes, things of that nature. You cannot burn trash, furniture, finished lumber, anything of that nature. Siding, can't burn any of that.
This came up last year, like storm debris.
Yeah.
If you have tree limbs down in your yard.
It's 3 foot, right? 3 foot.
So, yeah. So storm debris is, depending on what you're talking about, sometimes we pick it up, but if it's just a limb or two, yeah, you can burn that in the city. The size is typically, sir, yes, 3 by 3 by 3 is what we ask them to keep it if they're going to be open burning. Now, even if, within the city, even if you are burning products like grass or limbs or tree or leaves that can be burned, if it causes a nuisance to anybody else, we still extinguish it. If your neighbor complains about the ash or the smoke or anything, or it's unattended, we will extinguish it.
Like I smoked my neighbor out yesterday, and I'm sure Curtis is mad, but.
Well, he didn't call me, so you got away with it.
But I was attending.
Right.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but it is, if the neighbor complains, frequently we get complaints of smoke in my house, ash on my car.
Asthma. I had one of those.
Asthma, we get, the neighbor says my kids have asthma and it bothers them. We put that out.
Well,
just to follow up on that, so we have burning, that is items that's not acceptable under our ordinance.
Yes, sir.
Siding, lumber, pallets, so the fire department gets a call and you go put it out. How many times have that happened? Who writes the tickets? How's that? What's the what do you
So,
handle that?
historically, we will not do it unless it becomes habitual. If it's just once or twice in 2 years we've been to your house, we're probably not gonna do it. Probably not gonna write you a ticket. If it's 3 or 4 times in a week, 3 or 4 times in a month, you may get a ticket. Some time ago, if you'll recall, the council actually approved some new codes and gave me the authority to write a ticket for that myself. I have yet to write one, and I think I can probably count on my hands the number of times we've asked PD to write one. Usually most people are very, very compliant once we explain to them the ordinance.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
okay, that it?
We
Yeah,
spoke
Jordan?
about it ago, and I completely back you, and I applaud your response to that thing too. And well, I'm backing too. Sorry. And Sam, you guys responded well to a notice to a fire Friday night on the ramp between Hardee's and the Save Mill.
Yes, sir.
Did a good
Semi.
job. We drove by it. There was nobody there. I called it in and saw you guys coming in the mirror, so I shut the call off. We went around and got back into Steak and Shake's parking lot, and there were 3 or 4 engines on site already.
Yes.
So they just all over everywhere.
Yeah, the guys responded very quickly. The driver of the truck was even very impressed with our response time. He didn't expect that.
I noticed he got up and got it parked and got at it, obviously
Yeah.
got out of it, so yeah.
And we did have assistance because of its location on the highway. Lebanon Rural brought us some tankers.
And one tanker came in and one came from the east going west. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had 2 grass fires going in
Yeah.
as well, so.
Impressive.
They took care of that real quick.
We went by the next morning and everything was gone.
Yep.
We'll see how bad it was. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Wall, if you're alluding to the Audrey call, I'm going to check and see how many times we've been there.
Appreciate it. You can have these one set of pictures if you want.
Chief showed you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Jordan.
That's all I have, yeah.
Mr. Garner?
I get a lot of compliments on our goalposts. People like those, it really dress up downtown, and I do get a lot of compliments on those. So, and I was at stoplight at Jefferson and Elm the other day, second car in line. The fire department came flying down, going south on Jefferson. There was a school bus, the first to go west, And when the light turned green, had a busload of kids, she starts pulling out. And, I mean, you could hear everything. And the fire, whoever was driving that truck that day, did an awesome job. It could have been a very, very bad situation, but they got around it. She got stopped about halfway out in the intersection, and how she did not hear that, I do not know, but they did a great job.
Well, I appreciate that, and I will try to figure out who that was and pass that on. I will tell you that it's hard to hear sirens in cars today because of the insulation and the way they're built and everything. One of the most frustrating things is, at least from my point of view, I'm not going to speak for the police department, but we have more people that just stop right in the middle of the road in front of us and don't know what to do instead of moving to the right and coming to a stop.
Yep.
That's one of the biggest problems we have.
They did a great job.
Thank you.
Let's see. A couple of housekeeping things I want to go over just real quick. March 24th is our next council meeting, and the one after that will be April 14th, long time from now. And then, as Councilman Atkins said, that yesterday, or Thursday, I gave the State of the City speech to Rotary. Today, I gave it to Optimist Club, and tomorrow, giving it to Kiwanis. So that's always great to go out into the civic organizations that are all around town, do a great job of doing a whole lot of behind-the-scenes things and in-front things as well for this community, and always happy to talk with them. The same thing today, was received very well, so I appreciate their feedback from that today. In regards to this weekend's, I don't know what you want to call it, but investigation, certainly appreciate Lebanon Police Department and what you guys do to protect and serve this community each and every day, 24/7, 365. You guys do a fantastic job, and fully support any efforts that you guys have or need or anything like that. I think somebody said it earlier, I think you actually said it, Chief, that, once it's over, once everything's completed, I think we can reassess and see what to do best. I mean, that's what we do, that's how we live and learn, that's what I think that's what we've done as a council. I think that's what, I would encourage staff to do that as well. If you mess up and that didn't work, okay, let's try it this way, let's make it better next time. So that's certainly great and very optimistic, and so I appreciate those comments as well from you, Chief. Ms. Gilbert, thank you for hanging around too. I'm going to try to look in this, see what we can do, see what we can help out, see what all the story is there as well. I certainly think sounds like maybe there's something that we could do to try to help out as much as we can. So that's what we're here for. We certainly want to make Lebanon great for everyone, and including you. So let's see. I wanted to mention something else on that. Mr. Sachs also brought up the Proposition U for the use tax, and there is information on that regarding all about the Proposition U on our website, LebanonMissouri.org. Just type in there the Proposition U on the search button there, or Ask Truman, our AI agent. It's on there as well, and he can certainly assist you in finding all the information that you have about Proposition U. It certainly is I was talking about it today at the Optimist Club, and it's a needed tax, not necessarily right now we're financially solid right now, but in 5, 6, 7, 8 years, 10 years, and I expressed this today, it could really start to hurt the economy of what Lebanon and what services we are able to provide. So we're certainly trying to look towards the future with that, and keep our funding strategies going forward. So I would encourage everyone and to look that up on our website there. So I don't have anything else written down here on that. Congratulations again to those that got the Life Saving Award today, Lieutenant Wilson and Firefighter Wapple Horse, and congratulations to Josh Moore for Employee of the Year. That's quite an honor as well. So With that, I will entertain a motion to go into closed session pursuant to RSMO 610-021 for personnel and contract negotiations.
Second.
Jordan moved and Garner seconded. Roll call, please.
Mizell.
Yes.
Muchler.
Yes.
Wall.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
Garner. Atkins.
Yes.
Evans.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Okay, we're now in closed session.